Well, you could subscribe to Arduinotronic, or just go jump in a lake.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us?
Prepare for battle and journey to the front lines of the next frontier. Kill them all!
Reveal anything.
Oh, really? Because President Clinton said he did go right in and he did check and there was nothing.
Well, you know, that's what we're instructed to.
Well, as you can see, Hollywood over recent years has been spawning a multitude of alien invasion films. And it's not just Hollywood. This is a 16th century woodcut which shows a UFO war taking place over Germany. And apparently all these mysterious objects were seen battling in the sky, and in the end one lot won, and then a huge black spear-shaped ship appeared. And you can see that there's UFOs that have crashed, and there's people doing their 16th century pointing around in 16th century clothes. And obviously there was no military crash retrieval, one assumes. But I've recently run a competition on this channel, and my winning entry was a young lady from China. And in China there is currently a lot of worry about UFO invasion and alien invasion in general, and it seems a lot of people are worried about that, judging by the response that I've got. So here is a video that will slightly put your fears at rest. Now, what are the reasons for UFO invasion? Well, the big one that's always given is a civilization that needs to expand, or that needs to find some other place to live because their planet is dying, etc., etc. Well, I can put those to rest because there are an awful lot of planets that are Earth-like, capable of supporting life, and here is a list. And these are in what they call the conservative habitable zone, which means they're very, very Earth-like. They might be a bit more massive than the Earth because we can't see smaller planets really. So here is a list of planets in the optimistic habitable zone. In other words, they seem to be possible that they'll be inhabited, and the number of Earth-like planets in our galaxy alone is in the billions. So this motive for invasion is extremely unlikely. Why else might the aliens want to come here? Well, maybe we've got something they want, like gold or some other big raw material. Well, once again, it turns out that there is an awful lot of that around in the universe, so this also is very unlikely. Perhaps they might want to trade. Well, what are they going to trade for? About the only thing that would make any sense is something that's small and portable, like artwork maybe, or perhaps they want some souvenirs from a market in Turkey. But this also is a very unlikely situation. Now, there are three reasons that I've worked out why the aliens might want to come here, and only three reasons, and none of these includes the possibility of invasion. the most likely reason for them to want to be here is entertainment. Now, that might sound crazy at first, but you just think of the lengths that we go to. We send celebrities into jungles, get them to eat all sorts of awful things in the guise of a competition. We put cameras on the walls of a house 24/7 and call it Big Brother, and millions of people watch that. A jaded alien civilization, what better a thing to do than for their equivalent of Rupert Murdoch to send out his cameras and his cameramen, or camera robots, or camera drones as the case may be, and observe this fledgling civilization and take footage of our wars, take footage of our disasters, take footage of our great moments in time, simply for entertainment purposes. And this might account for all the small, tiny aircraft and so on that we see flitting around the sky, the orbs, the Foo Fighters in World War II. They're simply there for entertainment purposes. And this, I think, is a very likely scenario. And what's the next thing? Well, the next thing is exploration and scientific research. And just as we did, they may send out people to their frontiers to look for alien civilizations in a sort of Star Trek way, where the idea is that they would not necessarily contact the natives as is seen here, but would simply take samples and record and do some scientific research on this planet, just from a point of view of curiosity. And this certainly seems to have been happening if you look at things like abduction reports, where DNA has obviously been taken, and samples of reproductive materials. The thing is that if aliens wanted this stuff, they wouldn't have to contact us. They could just simply land someplace, take what they want, and go away again. Once again, invasion is not at all a possibility in this scenario. And the final thing is shepherding. Well, this is what I call it. We are a very violent and warlike species, and although we're not very advanced at the moment, we could become advanced quite quickly. And let's say in 20 years or 50 years time we discover an interstellar drive. Suddenly we're going to arrive on the galactic scene with several alien species, and what are we going to do? Well, our history tells us we're going to do exactly what the guy in Starship Troopers did, and shout, "Kill 'em all!" and proceed to do exactly that. So it would make sense for a more advanced civilization to keep tabs on us, make sure we're not getting too advanced too quickly before we're calm enough to enter polite society. And all three of these options may very well be going on. All three of these options are very strong possibilities. Now there is a fourth which doesn't involve invasion, and unfortunately it's probably worse than all the rest, but we'd never know about it. This fourth possibility is pest control. It may well be that there's a civilization out there, perhaps even a machine civilization, that regards any life that's intelligent apart from its own as a very bad thing, and would seek to eliminate it, as I suspect at the moment we would if we were out there. Think about that. Think about what our government has done. We've fired on UFOs. We've brought UFOs down deliberately, and What would we do if we came up against a truly alien species? We'd probably feel an atavistic urge to destroy them all, to wipe them out. And this may very well be the case with alien civilizations. They might not all be sunshine and light. So they may in fact call in the pest exterminator, and we would never know about it. The reason why is that the easiest way to destroy a planet is simply by diverting a number of meteorites from the Oort cloud, which is a cloud of debris that circles the solar system, so that they cross the Earth's orbit. And you needn't divert just one big one, which would take a lot of energy. You could divert an awful lot of smaller ones, and this would have probably a much more destructive effect than one big impact, which would be survivable. 100 medium impacts over the course of, say, 20 or 30 years would not be at all survivable, and we would not know anything about it, really. We wouldn't know who our executors were, and this would be the most likely method of extermination, should there be an alien species out there inclined that way. But I regard it as being very unlikely, and the reason why is if there's a species that goes around trying to exterminate other species, they themselves are going to get wiped out rather quickly, because there is always someone bigger and more powerful than you are. So my message to you really is stop worrying about an alien invasion. It's simply not going to happen. I mean, there might be an alien war, like it seems to be the case in the 1600s with that woodcut, where we just happen to be in a place where two alien civilizations clash for some reason. But an actual targeted invasion of our planet simply is not going to happen. Far more likely we're being watched for entertainment purposes, we're being studied for scientific purposes, and those things do not involve mass loss of life, huge spaceships crashing through our atmosphere, and millions of people dying. So be happy, be not afraid, as Greg Hunter would say. And if you've liked this video, please share, like and subscribe. Subscription is free, and it means that you will get all my latest videos in your home page. Thank you very much. See you soon.